Hello and welcome back to Galactic Reviews. This week we watched the movie Sound of Freedom. It is a
Hmm.
it's a cheaper film. I wouldn't say it's an indie. You could consider it an indie film. It's a smaller film, very much a smaller film. It's where most of the films nowadays are doing like a 35 or $300 million budget for most of the time, especially a lot of the Marvel and Disney films. This one only had
Hmm.
15 million. We're looking at 200%
Which
less.
I didn't know that, but that's crazy because like you don't see that in the movie. Outstanding.
Yeah, you want to give your thoughts on it, Thomas?
Sure. Do you want to do 3, 2, 1? Then give it a rating out
Oh
of 10.
yeah, we can do 3, 2, 1 and give our rank. Okay,
3, 2, 1. 10 out of 10.
9 point. I'm gonna go 9.5.
Oh, I'm not mad at that, but like I
I,
want I want to
I'm
hear.
holding it. I'm holding it for a 10 when I'm
I
able to
don't
like
give,
watch it. I'm holding it for a 10 and when I'm waiting to watch it at home because I want to see if
yeah,
it's gonna hold up
but it
in at home as
yeah
it did in the theater. Because that's the only reason why. Because
yeah it could be
I would
nostalgia
agree with
bias, but
like I'm not even gonna deny the 10 out of 10. This is not a
yeah.
bad film to give a 10 out of 10 for.
Oh yeah. I don't
So
give 10 out of 10s like often, but I could not find a single thing like that I did not like that I felt was wrong about this movie. Like
yeah,
the pacing was just incredible. Like never a dull
pacing's
moment. It,
pacing's
it
well done.
starts off well, stays well. It's just an amazing film in general. Don't want to get too much into spoilers because I know how y'all do that sometimes, but like the spoiler free review, it's
Yeah, we're gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible because this is a very, very good movie. And
yeah.
I don't recommend this a lot. I would recommend everybody, if they can, watch this in theaters.
Oh yeah. Like you need the theater experience to be honest. It's outstanding. You can't have it without the fact.
Yeah,
But yeah, great movie, phenomenal. Loved everything about it. No, never a dull moment. Rarely give movies 10 out of 10. This was a 10 out of 10.
hmm,
Might be recency biased. I don't think it is. I think it's just that great of a movie. And
yeah,
I think that the fact that it's in theaters helps it, but I don't think that makes it any less of a 10 out of 10. Like I get what you're saying, but I don't think that would like diminish its number. The fact that like it might be better in theaters than not, but I think
yeah,
it's still great. It's hard not to get into spoilers, but this is an emotional and impactful movie. Like it gets really deep into like darker topics without getting too graphic.
yeah. You
And
are gonna be in emotional turmoil the whole movie.
oh yeah, teared up 4 times, cried once. It was
Teared
brutal.
up for tragedy,
But
teared up for joy. You are gonna be
oh
messed up
yeah,
this whole movie.
it's an emotional roller coaster. And you don't think I didn't think I was gonna get any joy, but they managed to like make me smile and stuff. But
Yeah,
I love they do the jokes right where it's not like a cheap
it
Disney joke to
it
like
it
get
feels
rid of the yeah.
yeah, it
The jokes
feels
feel genuine and
genuine.
feel yeah.
It feels like it's right for that moment. It doesn't feel like they're trying to force it on you, which is what it kind of felt
Oh
like in
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I like that movie, and it still feels like they're pushing it on in there in a lot of areas when they could have just stayed dark in some areas and not make it as forced of a joke. So this
Formally
one
disagree,
does
but
it.
we're not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
3. So
yeah. This one, in my opinion, this one does it right, in which it's not
oh yeah.
forced jokes. It is
Hmm.
when it's humor for when humor needs to be there,
Yeah, that's
or
great.
when humor is applicable to be there.
Can't praise this movie enough. It was outstanding.
I think I might change mine to 9.8 because yeah, you do have a good point. I just think it'll depend on if I can get like I know I'm probably not going to get the exact same experience that I watched it the first time, but I want to see if I still enjoy it as much as I did in theaters I do at home. But
Yeah.
no,
I don't
it could very
really
well be a 10 out of 10 for me later on. It's just for
hmm
now it's a
yeah.
9.8. Like
I don't think that I will have the same experience as I did in theaters because one, I've already seen it, so like
well
I
yeah,
can't like see it again in a new light. But it's also like this is a movie that like you need the theater experience because like you need to like kind of be in like a darker area, like no distractions, no nothing. It needs to be like just play straight through. You don't get up to use the bathroom, you don't do anything, you don't pause it. It's just a straight through, and that's how the movie is like best going to be
Yeah,
seen and played. So it's just straight through, no breaks, no pauses, no anything, which might sound bad, but you can hold it in for like 30 more minutes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Great movie. I just can't like one of the most like amazing things was just like how much like they put in there to like let you know how sad and dark it is without showing anything graphic.
yeah.
Like I don't know, I don't even think there's like a graphic like part really. Like
Not
obviously like some stuff,
the
but
most
I can't
graphic they
really.
get. The most graphic they
Yeah,
get is the picture of the pedophile that's dead. That's about
yeah,
as graphic as they get, and even then, it's kind
yeah,
of very much distant sort of thing. Like you can tell he's dead, but you don't really get to see any of the wounds at all. All you see is the pool of blood, and then the guy's body. You really don't see
yeah. Might be a
anything else.
spoiler, but
Like,
it's okay.
well, I didn't say which one, so
That's
that
true. That's true. Great movie, outstanding.
yeah, yeah. I'll change it. I'll change it up to a 9.8 because you are right about the
Convinced him with those point 3 points. Let's go, baby.
you are right about the thing about all that stuff. It's just I would like to
Yeah, I get what you're saying, though.
see if
You want to
it
hold off.
still holds a candle in the movie like home theater experience as well,
Yeah,
because
if it doesn't,
that's kind of what
if it doesn't,
movies end
yeah.
up going to. So
Even if it doesn't for me, I still don't think I'm going to knock it down because of like the impact and experience that it gave me in the theater. So like,
yeah, well, if it does,
outstanding.
I'm gonna put it up to a 10 if it does. But
Yeah,
if it doesn't, I'm gonna keep it at the 9.8.
yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Do we want to there's not really much to spoil in this
There's
movie.
yeah, but there's a lot that I feel like can
You
unpack here.
the
So
best
with that,
the best way to go into this movie is to go in blind, ironically enough. So
yes,
hopefully if you're
like
watching this review, you didn't go
yeah,
you've watched the movie already.
yeah, so,
Um
but yeah, best way to do it is go in blind. Yeah, because I went in
so
blind and I'm like so happy that I did. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't say anything. Payson told me actually because he saw it before me when we went to go watch it. He was like, "Hey, do you want to know what I think of it or anything like that?" And I was like, "No, actually, I don't. I just want to see it blind and just the best way to do it, to be honest."
if you have not seen this movie, please go see it. And you
Oh
want to
yeah,
see this movie blind. You don't want to go
yeah.
and go through this
Pause the video.
video.
Pause
Pause
the
the video,
video.
go watch the movie, and then
Give it
come
a
back to
like
this
so you don't
video.
lose track of it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
give it a like
Um,
or put it to
give it a like.
or
Save it to your favorites or something like that.
put a
Just so you
like
don't
or
lose track,
yeah,
of course.
or write down a
You don't lose
comment. That
track, of
way
course.
you got
You
some
know,
way to track it
and then
down.
come back after you've watched it. But outstanding.
Yeah,
You want to go into spoilers now?
sure. We are gonna go into spoiler territory, so you have been warned.
Rocio and Miguel's story. It's one of the greatest stories I've ever heard told. Like the way that
Yeah,
they put it on the film, the way that they like had it told, the action, the emotion, the impact. One of the best stories I've ever heard, ever been
yeah,
told. And it's just outstanding. But like that's for like fiction, nonfiction. It's amazing.
yeah,
Just outstanding. The way that like the brother gets the way that the brother gets like found by the father, but like the sister still isn't found. So like you're still
not
hurting
the
for the
father to
sister.
Mateo, not the father to Mateo.
Uh, oh yeah, Timoteo. But the way that the brother gets found by Timoteo and returned to the father, but not the sister, and then you're just like going through that because like of course you're still happy that Miguel is found, but you're still like wanting that. And the way
Yeah,
that they do that is just outstanding. And then like Timoteo, great character. The sacrifice that you see he makes to like get get to what he knows he needs to do, like
Like
losing his job with like
leaving his
10 months
family
left or
behind
something
for
like
like,
that.
yeah,
For like, yeah, a while. And it's just
yeah,
like, just absolutely amazing. Just like the impact of like how you see like how gross and disgusting like these people that prey on children are, and they don't shy away from that. It's outstanding. And then like just like every like time that like they give you like something gross or something, I feel like they also give you like a resolution. They don't do this every time for like big things, but like if you see like at the beginning we see the guy like on the computer texting like I guess his buddies or something about like kids, and then boom, gets like squatted by the police. And then like we go into
hmm
that, and like every time we see something, they get caught and stuff, and that's amazing. Not every time, obviously, because like they do a good job of like even though you get like a high, you're still like this isn't it yet. So like during the island raid, like you get the high, like 54 kids are saved and stuff, but like you're still not getting the girl that like Timoteo is looking for, and it's just outstanding.
yeah,
My
yeah,
one of my
and
favorite movies.
yeah, for
Might be
sure.
a top
And
10 film for me,
hey, it's definitely a top 10 film for me. I think.
honestly, because it's
I
just
don't know where
outstanding.
I don't right now. I don't know where I would put it, but it's up there. It's
Yeah, I
definitely
don't
up
know where
there.
I'd put it in the top 10, but I don't know where I could put it that isn't in the top 10. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Oh yeah.
I don't think I could think of 10 other movies that are better than this one.
But yeah, I will say they do a good job of taking the grand scale and kind of like shaking it up on you and saying, "Hey, this is what's going on such a grand scale."
Mm,
But they do a good
yes.
job of centering in on one family in particular and making you
Mm,
care about that family. Because a lot of
that.
times that sometimes they do such a grand scale that you don't feel the risks or you don't feel the odds, and then sometimes they
Yeah.
focus in too much on some one thing that you don't feel like it's not that big of a thing. It's just this one. No, they do a good
Yeah.
job of
And then
showing overall
And then real quick, it's
doing
like
both.
the grand scale. It's like one of the things where it's like, oh, all this is happening like all across the world. Like, what's the hope for it? Because like I'm one person, I'm not gonna do it. And then like you can feel that, but you also feel like I can't like save like everyone, but I can save like these people, like this family and
Yeah,
stuff. And so that's just outstanding. Anyway, sorry.
yeah, and during the special message, he focuses on a whole bunch of stuff, and one of the big things that you take away from that is the whole storytelling aspect, and that this was made essentially for the mission or the group that the real Tim Ballard is part of, that
Mm,
is trying to stop all these things and is trying to make a movie to essentially bring awareness through storytelling.
mhm,
But the other thing that you get to know about this is that it took them 5 years. This movie was made 5 years ago, and that it's now taken them 5 years to get it out in theaters. Um, First,
oh yeah.
it was made, and then it was Fox. 20th Century Fox has distribution rights. 20th Century Fox also then got bought out by Disney. Disney then
Mhm,
held on to it for a year and didn't do anything with it. And then after that year, decided to sell it, and then COVID happened. So it just
mhm.
sat there for another 3 more years.
Dormant. Yeah.
um, and it's just now getting out there. And it's ironic and
I
funny. People are
yeah.
criticizing Disney because of they were able to thank the Uyghur camps in China, but they're not able to bring out a film that's kind of
Yeah.
being proactive against child
And
sex
then
trafficking.
yeah, and
So
then like just like the like the controversy that I just personally I don't understand the controversy. Like I'm not getting
yeah,
into it. Like I don't know what like the different argument sides are, but like from what I see
well,
it, it's like it's just and maybe
mhm,
we can get into that later. But the way that I see it is just like it's a movie that's like exposing the issues of child sex trafficking, and it's like I don't see in a way that like that can be controversial. Like maybe like different things like
yeah,
maybe like let's just say like hypothetically like all the people that like made it and stuff like are just terrible people, which I don't believe. Like for like a lot of them like Angel Studios and stuff like what like they're just terrible. But it's also like you look at that and you're like, but yeah, you look at that and you're still like, but for like the Flash movie with like Ezra Miller and all the horrible things there, it's still like, oh well, we still watch that. So
Yeah, and they're
it's
praising
just
that.
like, oh yeah, and they still praise the like Flash movie and stuff, which like
Yeah,
I don't think I think it was just mid, but that's another thing. Yeah, and
yeah,
it's just like things like that. So I don't know all the arguments with it. I'm sure you can tell me and like give me
yeah.
like your side
There's
of
a
your side of it and stuff.
well,
But
yeah,
yeah, I don't. It's just I don't get it. But maybe that's because I don't know. But either way, I still think no matter what, I'm just not gonna get it. But
yeah. Well,
and I don't think it's something. Yeah,
not many people are. So, well, a lot of people aren't gonna know because they're just not gonna
yeah.
know. So, um, main thing about this film is it's against pedophiles and pedophilia and
Hmm.
sex trafficking and stuff. And for whatever reason, the news has sort of decided to say that this film is an alt-right conspiracy and everything under the sun on that.
Mm.
And the main reason for that is they're trying to make pedophilia a more common practice,
Yeah, which is
more
just
accepting thing.
weird. Like they changed the name to it too.
And
Isn't like
like they're
like
trying to change it to
minor
minor attracted persons. They're
yeah,
trying to
minor
make it
attracted person.
something
They're
and
trying to change it so like it's less, you know,
less
weird. But
offensive.
it's just weird no matter what. But
Yeah. And even then, pedophilia kind of sounds. I've heard one comedian even say pedophilia is too far. We should just say child raper, and that would probably get the point across a lot more than
yeah,
pedophile, which
yeah.
sounds like a flower. To some extent, I kind of understand where he's coming from.
It's what it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
call it what it is. Don't sure like maybe sugarcoat it for like, like kids and stuff or something like that. But like for like
Like for regular talk
adults
with
that can
people.
handle it, yeah,
Yeah,
adults that can handle it, don't sugarcoat it because it's a real issue.
yeah. And one of the things that's part of the reason why is that they're trying to make this a thing. So a lot of
Yeah,
news media outlets are saying that it's a right wing conspiracy. People who like it are right wing idiots and have
yeah,
brainworms in their head. Um, and
crazy.
another thing is that they kind of hint towards a lot of rich people being the main. They say that a lot of rich people are more so the main. Not always, but rich people tend to be. Some rich people tend to be the main proprietors of these sex
Mm,
trafficked kids, and that's not all too untrue, especially with Hollywood. And that's going to hit a lot of. And that hits a lot of hard notes
steps on a lot of
because
people's
Hollywood
toes.
news media, you're stepping on a lot of people's toes. Hence why a lot of media
Yeah.
news outlets and Hollywood's kind of denigrating this movie, not wanting to
Oh,
really
and I don't
say
know.
anything about it.
Speaking of, I don't know how much you know of this. I don't want to say like I'm an expert on it, obviously, but I've seen like many things of like theaters not like not playing this movie for like one reason or another. Like they'll play it and like you'll buy tickets and stuff, but like the AC doesn't work conveniently, and then like the the movie's not downloading, so they're not able to play it.
Hmm.
Different things that like they want to like let you have a refund of the movie, and with the refund, it's like you're getting it's hurting the movie because the refund like kind of takes from like I think box office and stuff. And
Yeah,
so just different things like that. And then because the refund doesn't hurt the theaters, it hurts the box office and stuff. But with the refund and stuff, so
it
like
hurts
I see like
both.
a lot of theaters. Yeah,
It hurts both.
I see a lot of theaters just like we didn't have that issue, thankfully. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah,
But
I would
like
have
you
been
see like on
pissed.
TikTok and stuff, like a lot of theaters that are like just like not wanting this movie. It's like when you're paying for it, they'll see like it's like the thing will say it's packed and like it's there's only one seat. I've seen this a few times. It's packed and there's only one seat like in the middle of the front row. And so like you don't want to buy that ticket. But like someone bought that ticket to like prove the point of like he went in and like the theater like it had a good bit of people, but it wasn't packed, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it was like it's just crazy with some of the stuff that's going on that's like
yeah,
I think it's just like drawing more attention to the movie. Overall, I love this movie. Outstanding movie.
yeah. One of the
Just
best movie experiences, like movie theater experiences I've had in a while.
yeah, best movie theater experience in like years, and like just outstanding. Probably the
Probably
probably the
since I
best
was a
movie.
kid.
Probably the best movie of 2023.
Oh
Like
yeah,
definitely. Because the only thing that might come close is Across the Spider-Verse. But and I loved Across the Spider-Verse. We'll get into that, but I don't think it's as good as this movie.
I can't really think of any movie that this year that's come out that I can at the moment
And
anyway that can
yeah,
come close to
which
how
Oppenheimer
good it
might, but
was in the
like
theater.
Oppenheimer might come close, but I'm not expecting it to.
Yeah,
Which doesn't make me hate the movie because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just not expecting it to because this movie was that great.
yeah.
And yeah, just like it was well
Genuinely,
shot, the pacing, the score I think was outstanding, like with the music and stuff, and like just like
yeah,
the thrilling stuff. You're like wondering, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Like how, like like how are they gonna solve this? How are they gonna get through this obstacle? How are they going to overcome the bear, like overcome the issue and stuff? And
yeah,
so it's just outstanding, great movie, 10 out of 10. I loved it, and yeah, that's all I have.
yeah.
That's all I have to say so far.
And genuinely, if you watch this movie, try to get your somebody else to see it.
Yeah.
Seriously, because it's a good movie going experience, and I don't know how long it's going to be in theaters, but
hmm Yeah, tell your
try
friends
to
and stuff. You told me. I already wanted
tell
to
your
see it,
friends,
but yeah, great.
tell your family members. It's a fun, enjoyable time to go watch. It's fun as far as like a movie experience goes,
Yeah, yeah. It's a great
but
experience, and it's like
the movie
so
in and of
worth it.
itself is sad. But
Yes.
as far as like the movie experience goes and how much you actually feel for the movie,
Mm,
I would
mm-hmm,
say it's definitely more so on that side. You could say it's enjoyable and it's fun
mm,
to some
yeah,
extent.
mm-hmm,
I would, but that's about the only fun bit that you're gonna get. They are gonna be doing a sequel to this movie. I think they've already announced that, where it's gonna be on his Tim Ballard's operations in Haiti, and apparently that's gonna be way more dark than this. So
yeah. Which I can't believe, but if they say it, I believe it. But I find it hard to believe. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But one more thing that it's a little thing, but it's like something that like just came across my mind is like there's a lot of I've seen many movies do this to where it's like not done well, and it's like a little tiny like little detail thing where like they
yeah,
say the title of the movie in the movie in like a major way, and like usually when they do that, it's like sappy, it's like not well done, and it's like amazing. But like, there's a point after the island raid. Spoilers, obviously, we're in the spoiler section. But there's a point after the island raid where like they're looking at all the kids that they saved, and then like they're hearing like the laughter and like the games that they're like playing with each other because like they're free. And so the guy that like Timoteo is like talking to is like you hear that basically he says like that's the sound of freedom. And so they say it in the movie, and like when when he says that, I just felt like getting up and applauding because like they did that so well, and like it was just so well done. It was like it made me like like most of the movie it made me feel something. It was
yeah.
just amazing.
It was
That's a
very
little
genuine.
detail, but like yeah, it's a little detail, but like I thought it was great.
Thank you
Mhm.
for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews, and we remind you that God's children are not for sale. We'll
Mm.
see you next time on Galactic Reviews.
Deuce.